Cedric, you had that big fight with Adams-Moisan in the first period, and back on Saturday, it looked like you wanted one with Douglas. And fighting in this game, despite what people might say, it's never going to go away. Mentally for you, do you head into a game with the mindset of, I'm going to go and get my pound of flesh, or does it just kind of happen when the opportunity presents itself?
Honestly, I go into a game just with my mind about playing the game of hockey. And I think with playing a heavy game and, going through guys and stopping at the net, usually those opportunities will present itself. And obviously there's a right time and sometimes it's not the best time to fight. And tonight, or I should say this morning, I had finished my check there and I was challenged. I hadn't been in a bout since last season, so it had been a few months. So I accepted the bout and went about it that way.
For sure. Early on, this team really established themselves physically and heavy and controlled the pace of the game in the first 10 minutes. From the bench, what do you think really happened for the wheels to kind of come off and the momentum to swing so hard the other way?
Well, I think you're right. We had a good first. We put it, we managed the puck very well. We put it behind their defensemen, and we're heavy low. Sometimes being heavy isn't always it's finishing our checks, but also being heavy on the puck. And I thought we did a great job of that in the first. And then going into the second, I think we came out just. I think it came out to a lack of puck management towards the end of our shifts, and ultimately, obviously, some penalties didn't help. Kind of help change momentum of the game, and then we kind of shot ourselves in the foot there in the second.
Yep. How's the atmosphere different today on the ice with a couple thousand screaming kids in attendance?
Oh, it's a different sound, that's for sure. Um, they obviously they bring good energy. These are always fun to play. The kids let us know they were there for sure today.
The message from the coaching staff has really been to not ride the emotions, to kind of turn the page and get on to the next game. Not the best effort from the team today. So mentally, how do you transition from a bit of a downer to get up and get ready for the next one?
Well, I think the great part about this game is that there's so many games in our season, and so we have the opportunity to go into San Diego and play in 2 or 3 short days, Friday night. So I think honestly, personally, I'm thankful for the opportunity to have a quick turnaround and have a chance to redeem ourselves as a group. We know that wasn't our best hockey today, and I think we owe it to ourselves to go to California and have ourselves a good weekend.
All right. That's all for me. Thanks, Cedric.
Thanks, Andrew.
Coach, the team really established themselves physically and heavy early on and kind of controlled the pace of the game in the first 10 minutes. What do you see and what do you think happened for the wheels to kind of come off, for the momentum to swing so hard the other way?
Well, I liked our start to the game, and we did control the game, and then we took two penalties at the end of the first, and they generated a few chances, got a little momentum at the end of the first. In the second period, we took four minor penalties. So, uh, you know, right now we lead the entire American League in the number of times shorthanded, and we can't continue to go down being shorthanded 7 times a game. It's just crazy. And the penalties we're taking, they're not like they're hard, putting guys through the glass or saving a goal. They're lazy stick penalties. They're hooking because we're not moving our feet. They're tripping because we're not skating back hard enough. They're correctable mistakes, which is encouraging, but we can't continue to make them.
Crosshand has had himself a weekend offensively, and today he was taking some big penalty kill shifts. Is this a matter of trying different personnel with a guy like Dom Shine out of the lineup, vote of confidence in a young player's game, or kind of both?
Well, I think it's a combination of both. I think Cross has potential in hockey sense to be a solid penalty killer. So, and he has shown that he can handle it. So, obviously, you'll make mistakes on the penalty kill, and you'll misread things at times. But for the most part, he's showing progress and growth.
Talked about Shine. He and Lashoff were both out of the lineup today. Do we know yet if they'll be joining the team for this weekend in San Diego?
Yes, they'll both be joining us. And obviously, with those two out of our lineup, you're missing two key pieces that bring incredible work ethic and character and resolve to our room. So we did miss those guys significantly tonight.
Yep. Simon Evanson was out. He made his return today, made a couple strong plays with the puck. What was your assessment of his game coming back finally with a clean bill of health?
You know what? A little bit of inconsistencies, but again, it was his first game back in a while. I'm not going to reserve, I'll reserve judgment on that. And obviously, I got to rewatch the game. But defensively, had a couple lapses that we just can't have. Not just him, but as a team, as a decor, as a group, as a whole, we made way too many defensive errors and gave them way too many opportunities.
Yep. Looking ahead of this weekend, teams heading into California to play San Diego. Are you and the boys kind of looking to take advantage of that last bit of sun and warmth that you'll see for the next couple months?
Well, I'll tell you the same thing I've told my wife, that she says the same thing. We're going out to California. We're jumping on a flight tonight at 7:30. We land in San Diego, I think at midnight California time, which is 3 a.m. our time. We skate tomorrow for practice, and we play Friday, Saturday, and come home. So it's not like we're out there for a vacation. And right now, we've got to make sure that we're out there on a business trip and take advantage of an opportunity to win Friday and hopefully follow that up on Saturday.
Yep. That's all for me. Thanks, Coach.
Sure.
All right, we'll go into the room to Austin Chastain.
Wanted to ask, the power play looked like it was pretty strong. I mean, I know only scored once on it, but in the few chances you had, it looked like it was strong. What were your thoughts on how special teams went today?
Well, again, we took too many penalties, and you can't give up 2 power play goals against. One was because we got seamed twice on it, which we can't allow to happen, and the other one because we didn't block a shot. So did some positive things for sure, but with regards to the PK, we have to be way more consistent. And when you do kill a penalty for 7 consecutive times, or 6, whatever it was, consecutive times, your guys that are killing penalties you lean on heavily are tired, and when you get tired, you make mental mistakes. The power play, I thought, was just okay. We didn't get that many opportunities, and when you don't get that many power play opportunities, that tells us as a staff that you're not working hard enough. So I don't think we worked hard enough.
And is that another correctable mistake, like you alluded to earlier?
Now, what we talked about in the room, and I'm not going to tell you anything that I didn't talk with the guys here. We have to be. Everyone wants to score goals, and everyone wants to get on the score sheet, but defensive zone coverage, playing defense is hard. But the great news is anyone can do it as long as you're committed to doing it. And I just didn't think that we had that commitment tonight to play hard in our own end, and as a result, we spent too much time in our own end, got tired, and we compounded itself by taking penalties thereafter. So it's all kind of intertwined, tied together, and at the end of the day, we just have to be harder to play against.
Fair enough. I did want to ask kind of a I guess kooky question with the 2,000 school children screaming their heads off. Made for a good atmosphere. What do you think about that?
Those games are these games are always tricky. The 11 o'clock start. They're kids. It's finicky, but no, it's always good to see kids and them having a good time. And when you take a step back, you were that kid at one point. You were sitting in the stands and cheering and having a good time. So hopefully there was some kid out there that's a hockey player that took something away from our game, and or even if he's not a hockey player, becomes a Griffins fan because of an experience they had in the stands today.
I know you're going to play 2 games on the road against San Diego, but successful road trip in your mind, at least getting at least one out of it, right?
Well, that's our goal, is to go out there Friday and put our best foot forward Friday, and then we'll reflect on that, and then we'll take Saturday when it comes.
I think that's all for me.
Okay, perfect. Thanks.
Thanks, Ben. Have a good trip.
Thanks. All right. Thanks, Randy.
Safe travels.